It's going to be a high of 77 today. I don't care what this weather report says. It's not going to rain, and there will not be showers this afternoon. So,
it's Wednesday. It's golf day.
It is golf day. And actually, it looks pretty nice out. On my weather app, everything looks fine with no rain in sight.
Well, it's sprinkling right
9
now.
9 p.m. 9 p.m., they said.
It's sprinkling right now.
That's okay. All right. Get it out of the way.
Yeah, it's done by 7.
Yeah.
It's fine by me. All I know is from 11 a.m. till about 8 p.m., it's mostly sunny to partly sunny, so I'll take that. Yeah. I don't know if you do this with Moses, Kelly. Do you take him out, like, before you leave?
I don't. I used to when he was a pup.
Okay.
Till maybe about 2 years old, and then he can make it through the night.
He can make it through the night, no problem. Yep. Okay. Because part of my morning routine is after I get out of bed, I take my shower, I get dressed, I come downstairs, first thing I do is I let Birdie out of the crate, and I take her outside before I come in and gather my things to leave. And here's the thing. She's some sort of tracker hunt. She's definitely used, her breed is used to hunt rabbits or something. She's super aware of everything. So it's already every morning you could see her, just doing the whole sniffy thing. But today she was on, like, super alert. Every couple steps she would stop and look around, and I'm like, what the hell is going on?
And their body shuts down at that point, too, when they're tracking something, so they don't pee.
Right.
They won't do what you need them to do.
And then, so, our corner unit there in our condo complex, I walk around with my little iPhone flashlight on just so I can see where I'm going and stuff. And I don't know if it was, like, the reflection or what was in the corner, but she was slightly behind me, and I almost pooped my pants this morning. I'm slightly, and she just goes, run! And barked at something. I was like, hey! I was like, what is? No! Don't do that! Because when you're not expecting a bark in the dark corner at 4:30 in the morning, it'll scare you.
Yeah.
It got my heart racing.
Yeah.
I was so mad. I was like, I was like, don't do that! I don't even know what she was doing or what she saw or what was happening. No! That scared me. You're not allowed. I don't know what you were scared at, but you scared me, so don't do that. Scary time taking a dog out at 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah, it's nice when they develop to a point where you can just rely on your spouse.
I could probably, because then the boys get up, or Nora and the boys get up and get ready for school, and the boys' job is to take her out before they leave. So it would just be another, 90 minutes. So
she probably looks forward to seeing you and getting out of that crate for a second.
She goes nuts.
Yeah.
She goes total nuts.
I don't know if you'll
after let her back in the house, and she does her zoomies around the living room, and then the daily routine of attacking my fingers while I'm trying to tie my shoes.
Yeah.
She gives figure eights between my legs. So I enjoy it too, but no barking at 4:30 in the morning while we're outside. How are you on a Wednesday?
I'm good. I was just looking at pictures of Elizabeth Smart being a bodybuilder. Did you know that?
I didn't. I saw the pictures this morning.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It is unbelievable.
She's pretty ripped.
Ripped.
Yeah.
But not in a way that's like... okay. No, I don't want to offend anyone. Never mind. It's very
not
sad, like the way she looks is just like,
and
well, okay, there is a point to which a woman, I think, can sort of tend toward looking a bit masculine. If that's what you want, that's what you want. I have no problem with it. Do whatever you want. She, to me, hasn't tipped the scale in that direction. She looks very amazing.
Just very toned.
Very toned.
Yeah. Yeah, they are pretty crazy. And good for her. I like tacos too much. That would never happen.
I do not have that kind of self-control.
Nope. Not even remotely close.
If I work out one time, I'm like, well, that's it. I mean, I guess I probably pretty much look ripped now.
Yeah, I did it. I just won the gym.
Exactly.
I don't know what you want from me.
Yeah.
I can't. There's nothing else I can do here. What do you want? So, yeah, no, I don't have that type of... I remember after a heartbreak, I got into fitness mode for about 6 months. And
it makes a huge difference.
Let me tell you. Not only did I get nice and toned, and I had pecs, and not only was the physical transformation there, mentally, Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
I felt so much better. Every time I left the gym, everything. I got to the point where I could run a 5K, which I could never do in my life. And I was like, this is unbelievable. Every benefit, everything they tell you about the dopamine, the serotonin, you feel better. It's all there. I don't want to put in that much work.
I'm with you.
I ain't got time.
You know the benefits are enormous.
Huge.
And it's still the same.
Huge.
Well,
I don't want to.
Yeah, the feeling you get when you lose a bunch of weight is unreal.
I'm sure.
It's like magical.
Right.
I mean, I couldn't believe it because I used to weigh 275.
Yeah.
And when I got down to 200, I'm like, I felt better than I did when I was 30 years old.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah. And there's both sides of that. Not only if you're going for the weight loss goal, but also for the tone up goal, too.
Yeah.
Both of them are just absolutely amazing. And it seems like we should naturally just want to do it.
Well, we do want to.
No, I don't. I have no desire to.
We want the results without putting in the work.
Right. We want the results, for sure.
Yeah. You want to take a pill, right?
Absolutely. 100%. Give me the pill. Without a doubt. Anyways.
That's why those companies are making a fortune.
That's
now,
right.
Because you can take a pill.
That's all you got to say is this
that doesn't make you ripped.
No,
it does not.
Doesn't do anything for your cardio or
but
your
they
heart.
can say whatever they want. That's the problem. They're allowed to say whatever they want.
But still, losing the weight makes you feel so much better.
Absolutely.
If you're overweight,
Anyways, we got a lot to do on a Wednesday, including I want to talk about old names you still call stuff. Because I was cooking the other day, and I was like, I need some tinfoil. Tinfoil hasn't been around since 1970 or something like that. Like,
what do you just call it? Foil?
Foil?
Yeah.
I'll say tinfoil.
I think it's aluminum.
Aluminum foil.
Aluminum foil.
Yeah.
That's too long.
It's on the box.
Also, this is I don't want to call it a conspiracy theory, but or price gouging, but there's something going interesting. If you are in the condom purchasing window of your life, I've got some information for you that you're going to want to hear. So I will tell you about that in about an hour. Right now, let's get going with Blitz Morning Trivia. Thick.
All right, $25 up for grabs to waterbeds and stuff. If you're the first one to text in the correct answer, some high school students in Kansas. They had their prom, and they got to go in style because they got to ride in what famous automobile?
I saw this. I would do this in a heartbeat.
Absolutely. You're going to be the star of the prom.
Yep.
So what was the famous automobile these Kansas high school students got to go to their prom in? First one to text it in to 800-821-9970. You're going to win that gift card.
Let's get that answer for Blitz Morning Trivia, Thick.
All right, the question was, some high schoolers in Kansas got to ride to their prom in style when they were able to get the services of what famous automobile? Well, that would be the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile.
Nice.
Yeah, I would definitely do it, too. Let's see. Seaman High School in Kansas, some students from that school were spotted. They went to Sonic, and they spotted the Wienermobile there. It had been in town for a NASCAR event. And so they went out and got some photos with it, and then they were talking to the driver and offered to their prom was the next night. So they said, hey, can we pay you to take us to the prom in the Wienermobile? And she checked her schedule, and she was a brand ambassador for Oscar Mayer. So she said, yeah, could definitely do it. She did have to check with her bosses, which were 1,000% okay with this.
Absolutely.
Because, look at the free publicity. Even here in Columbus, Ohio.
I applied for a job to drive the Wienermobile like 20 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember when there's been a few times where they posted those and we talked about it. But, and the driver, Maggie, she said it was such a special thing for her, so she thought it was awesome, and kids had a great time, and they were the stars of the prom.
Wait, real quick, to hit the rewind button. The Wienermobile dropped them off at what high school?
Seaman High School.
That's what I thought.
That's what I said.
Come on now.
This whole thing makes me uncomfortable.
Come on now.
Keith Newberger from Galleon, first one to text in the correct answer. Keith's got $25 to waterbeds and stuff.
Here's one for you. They apparently seem to be voting on down there at the State Building over on High Street. According to OhioHouse.gov, there is a new bill that has just been proposed. And look, I've said it a million times, we don't get political on this show. I don't care what side of the aisle you sit on, whatever. But there's a new bill, HB 249, that has been introduced. The Indecent Exposure Modernization Act. It's going to strengthen Ohio law to protect children from harmful and obscene adult performances, as well as reinforce privacy in private spaces such as restrooms and locker rooms. Now, here's the thing. As with most bills, and I don't know if this is a big thing around here. I haven't seen it a ton as opposed to some warmer cities that you go to. But like most bills, it's got a lot of things in it. You know, it's not just necessarily one thing. There's multiple levels to this. And apparently the big thing about this is having certain performances classified a certain way and protecting kids. But here's the other thing. For the ladies out there that like to walk around, let's say you're going from your house to the gym or the gym to your car, this apparently is going to halt women wearing bras, bikinis, T-shirts, and like sports equipment out in public. So, just know that as the warmer weather comes around, if you are wearing less clothing, it's going to be a bit of personal interpretation as to what is illegal and what isn't.
Okay, I can get behind this because I don't like shorts weather. I like to be fully covered, like neck to feet. Long sleeves. I love the winter wear. I've never known how to bring it into summer. Now I know. It can be a state law.
It can be a state law to just be like wrist to shoulder to neck.
Yes.
And then waist to ankle.
Let's cover it all up, baby.
So yeah, just know, obviously it hasn't been voted on yet, but they're looking for, could be, be braless in a T-shirt. It could be the sports bra that you're wearing with your leggings that you see a lot out and about.
Wait.
Is somebody's husband like right? Are their eyes wandering a little too much for you?
Well, there are.
Hold it. You said braless with a shirt?
You're
telling me women are going to be forced to wear a bra?
This has not even been voted on
yet.
If it goes,
it won't go.
I don't think it will.
Sure.
But just the fact that that they're even wanting to do this is insane.
I think that's an unintentional application of whatever this bill is.
I think there's both sides pointing out like what could happen and what could be interpreted as.
Let me scare you to the
indecent exposure
degree of what this bill could do.
Yeah. Now, whether eyes were wandering or not, it is. There is a female and a male representative that are the primary sponsors of this. So, I don't know whose eyes are wandering or not, but just know that if that's something you enjoy walking around in, keep an eye on, what was it again? Hold on, let me give you the number. HP 249.
Maybe attend some kind of public comment session? Yeah, session. Yeah. And also, I'm quite sure there'll be provisions for people to go ahead and be able to walk around without a bra.
I would say
if appropriately dressed.
Yeah, if you want to go to your yoga class in your leggings and your sports bra, you're hoping that that's not going to be something they come down on you about.
That would be crazy.
That would be absolutely insane. Yeah, for sure. So HP 249 is what to keep an eye out for.
Not so breaking news. The news already broke. We're trying to put it back together.
Do you ever try and do something, but you succeeded in your failure, or you failed in your success, where you thought it was going to go one way, but it didn't, but then it ended up working out anyways, or maybe you thought it worked out, but it really didn't work out. Anyways, let me get to the story.
Okay.
It's an Italian man who bought a Rolex watch from an acquaintance. And then he looked at it and he's like, oh man, this is fake. It's a fake Rolex watch. I can't believe it. I don't want this fake Rolex watch, but you know what I can do? Is I can take it in, I can trade it in, and then I can get some real watches that are actually worth some money. And that's exactly what he did. He went to a shop in Singapore, sold the watch for $75,000. But instead of taking cash, he accepted trade on 3 other watches that were worth the equivalent of $75,000. So he successfully got rid of his fake Rolex watch and got 3 real nice watches. And then since he knew that he scammed a place in Singapore. He was going to jump on a plane, get out of Dodge before anyone found out. Well, in a very bizarre twist, the fake Rolex that he sold actually was a real Rolex watch.
No.
So the man's crime is called an impossible attempt. This is actually a crime. If you think you're doing something illegal and you're attempting to pull off the scam, it doesn't matter whether or not you really did it or not. It was the attempt. It's like trying to pickpocket someone without anything in their pockets.
So you attempted fraud.
Attempted fraud, right. So the person who intended to commit a crime takes steps towards doing it, but the offense can't actually be completed. Anyways, they did end up catching up with him, and a lot of times they might give you a slap on the wrist, like, you know what you were going to do? Don't do it. It's hard to press charges or hard to convict if you didn't actually do anything wrong, which he technically didn't. However, this is Singapore, and they don't mess around like that in Singapore. So, yeah.
So wait, your intentions, your thoughts can be punished?
Isn't that a bit strange? But it's not just the thought, because he physically went through with doing it. So, it's not that he thought about selling a fake Rolex watch. He went through with selling a fake Rolex watch.
But it was real.
It just so happened that it was real. Again, it's like trying to pickpocket someone, but you reach in the wrong pocket, and what you want wasn't there. You physically tried to pickpocket someone. You just picked the wrong pocket. You picked the empty pocket instead of where the money was.
Dang.
So,
man, if you could get in trouble for your thoughts, we'd all do life in prison.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I would be committed to a psych ward.
Right.
You know how much of a serial killer I am in my head? Oh, 100%. If it weren't for the butt stuff in jail, there'd be so many people murdered right now. But I just don't want to deal with that. Anyways, he pleaded guilty to one count of attempted to cheat, as well as the second charge of using a doctored passport, which he provided during the sale for identification. So he was sentenced to 7 months in prison.
I better never play a board game in Singapore because I cheat every time.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't. Story number 2 takes us over to Finland. They have themselves an Air Force. Not only that, they have themselves an Air Force Academy. And several of the cadets were recently doing some training flights. And here's the thing. When they do those training flights, planes have GPS. And a lot of times, if you're going through training, you can see a plane's flight pattern.
Yeah.
So when you land, you come down, and they can see where you did this, or what happened here.
Don't even tell me.
Kelly, what do you think happened?
I think it's a wiener.
Are men that predictable?
Yes. Yes.
That's exactly what happened, Kelly. These cadets were doing their training, and they decided to fly in certain patterns, which left wieners all over
multiple
wieners.
Wow, impressive.
All over the training screen when they looked at the flight pattern.
So when we get fresh snow, and we walk out back, my wife and I, there's snow on the garbage can lid. She likes to make a smiley face.
You draw a wiener every time.
I always draw a wiener. Yeah. She's like, why? Because to make you go, why?
At least 4 planes followed the flight pattern that created the shape of, some D's and B's. Air Force representatives in Finland confirmed that the pilots were disciplined, but they didn't say what the punishment was. They said there's obviously no danger. No one in the air traffic system was ever in danger. It's not like they got
for having a good time and providing your fellow pilots a good time.
Come on. I mean, if you're up there and you're not disrupting other planes, what's the problem? You're accomplishing all your goals. When you go through flight training, they have certain goals. You have to learn how to a 90-degree turn this way. You have to learn how to do a stall turn. You got to learn all these different things. So, you drew some Franks and beans in the sky. What's the big deal? That's all I'm saying.
Negative Ghost Rider, the pattern is full.
Yeah, you got to be real careful. I really wonder what that request sounded like.
Sorry, Goose. but it's time to bust a tower.
In this case, sorry, Goose, time to jizz the tower. That's all we can do.
Let's go!
Loudwire.com had an interesting article yesterday, that I wanted to share with you. And I'm going to lean on your expertise here because my love of rock music did not come around until later in life. So I didn't grow up listening to rock music being a youngin' in Detroit. I grew up on old school hip hop and stuff. So I wouldn't necessarily know the change in music or the change in style when it came to some of these bands. But their article was about for better or worse. And these are bands who changed band members but still continued on. And did they get better or did they get worse?
Yeah.
Now, going to start with the worst list in terms of bands that weren't as good once they replaced band members. Starting off with Van Halen after losing David Lee Roth.
I'll debate you on that one.
All day.
Really?
Yeah.
You're saying they were worse?
They're saying they were worse.
Yes.
I don't agree.
I'll take, David Lee Roth.
I love David Lee Roth, but
wait, I think
Sammy Hagar was a great member of Van Halen.
Yes, he was.
Great.
Yes, he was.
I don't think they were worse. I think they were. I liked that style. I liked that OU812. I loved that album. I thought it was fantastic.
I don't think they were as good.
No, they were good. Okay.
No, I would take David Lee Roth, Van Halen over.
Here's one. Metallica after losing Cliff Burton. They are worse. After losing Cliff Burton.
Man, that's a tough one. There was definitely a difference. He's a bass player.
Right.
So, because I look at them, the change I look at them is when Kirk Hammett replaced Dave Mustaine.
Okay. All right.
And I think Kirk Hammett is one of the most underrated guitar players on the planet. I think the dude is absolutely phenomenal.
I think this one's a given. Black Sabbath after losing Ozzy.
Yeah. I mean, I like Dio, Ronnie James Dio,
Right.
Ozzy, but definitely not the same.
Again, another given of getting worse. Queen after losing Freddie.
Oh, yeah, he's done.
That's obviously a given.
That's like when Zeppelin lost Bonham. That was it. They weren't even going to try.
The Who after Keith Moon died.
Same situation.
Getting worse.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Journey without Steve Perry.
Yeah, no.
Also on the list. Although, Arnell's really good. I mean, in terms of an amazing singer, like in terms of filling the gap.
Well, he can sing the song.
Right.
But he's not the front man that Steve Perry was.
Exactly, right. All right, now in terms of bands that got better after losing a member, Iron Maiden, when Bruce Dickinson replaced Paul Di'Anno.
Skyrocket.
All right. This one's for you. Metallica after Dave Mustaine was fired and replaced by Kirk Hammett.
That stuff was phenomenal.
AC/DC when they replaced singer Dave Evans with Bob Scott.
Yes.
Well, yes.
And then you've got Brian Johnson replacing Bon Scott.
Because Bon died.
Yeah.
And that's a great debate. Bon Scott AC/DC or Brian Johnson AC/DC.
Okay. All right.
Because you go, Bon Scott's last one was Highway to Hell, and he did Dirty Deeds, and then you go to Back in Black for those about to rock. I don't know if they lost anything or gained anything. I think they were still great.
Okay. For more common times, Blink-182 after replacing drummer Scott Rayner and Travis Barker stepped in.
Oh.
I don't know the Blink without Travis.
I don't either,
Me neither.
actually. It's like one of those things where wasn't Travis Barker always the drummer?
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah. Also, and again, I'm not old enough to fully understand the history behind this, but to me, it always seems like Ringo was a member of the Beatles, forgetting about Pete Best.
He was there.
And what he did beforehand. But wasn't it always Ringo? Kind of hard to argue there. Rush when Neil Peart stepped in.
Oh my gosh.
There's no question.
Obviously
nobody can debate it.
Right.
Nobody.
Obviously much better.
He's the greatest drummer who ever lived.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Yeah. And then this one they did say is up for debate, and I can definitely see this is probably the biggest one, and that would be Peter or Phil when it comes to Genesis.
Man.
I'm going to go Phil. I absolutely think Phil Collins is unmatched. Peter Gabriel's incredible.
I like both versions.
But
okay. I'm leaning Phil for sure.
I will take solo Phil over solo Peter.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But I
take
like
that
the
too,
band. As far as Genesis goes, I like both.
You like both versions. Okay. Anyways, if you want to start a debate at work today, feel free to do so.
Pink Floyd and Sid Barrett.
That was actually on the list.
Yeah.
But I was skipping over that for time. But I'm glad you brought it up.
Yeah. I think they got better.
They're on the better list, for sure.
And now, all right, I'm listening. The 3 things you need to know before you go.
6 Columbus firefighters are recovering from smoke inhalation following a fire at the former YMCA building downtown. Yesterday, emergency crews were called to the West Long Street property about 9:30 a.m. after flames broke out in an underground electrical vault. Some of the construction workers who were on site were hospitalized for smoke inhalation as well. The building is being converted into affordable apartments. A spokesperson for the developer working on the project says they are assessing the damage. The official report is out on what happened with Ohio State's former president Ted Carter, who resigned last month. He is said to have made wide-ranging and extensive efforts on behalf of Chrysanthi Vlachos, a podcast producer with whom he's said to have had an inappropriate relationship. Investigators say Carter arranged backdoor access to his Ohio State office, fabricated a business purpose for at least one shared trip, and traveled with her to cities including Vegas and Orlando. He is said to have pushed Ohio State staff and partners to help Vlachos' podcast, to relocate her to Columbus, to find her a job, to find her space for a play she produced, and to drum up financial backing for a veterans app she was pitching for right around $3 million. Neither of these two would agree to be interviewed for the official inquiry. The Ohio Ethics Commission has not made a decision on next steps.
Christineth! You come into my house, you say my wife's name correct. It's Christineth! The other guys? Anyone? No? Just me? Okay, never mind.
Britain is permanently banning the sale or supply of tobacco and vape products to anyone born in 2009 or after, with a bill that was approved by Parliament yesterday. The bill applies to people currently 17 years old or younger, and its goal is to keep them from ever picking up the habit in their lifetime. The proposal is expected to go into law after it's approved by King Charles III. This law will apply in England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. And the people covered by the law will be part of the first smoke-free generation. They will never, ever be allowed to legally purchase.
So they're 17.
Products.
They're 17 now.
Yes.
And so in 2030, or even next year, even next year, 2027, they still won't be able to buy tobacco.
When they're 50 years old, they will not be allowed to buy tobacco.
So eventually they won't even sell it there.
Exactly.
They would just
They're
go
creating
away.
a tobacco-free society.
Yeah. Man.
Now, a generational smoking ban is in place in the Maldives in the Indian Ocean.
Okay.
That went through, and that is in effect right now, a generational smoking ban. I think if you were born after 2007, you are not allowed to purchase tobacco products. They did pass a similar thing in New Zealand, but that was repealed after heavy lobbying by the tobacco industry.
Right.
I'll bet.
So that's not in effect anymore, but they have tried to do this at other places.
Interesting.
And that money gets in the way.
Yeah, and you know, when it'll be interesting to see, because when it comes to lobbying, you know, we all know that there's some trips or some cash or something being passed along.
Yeah.
So I almost wonder, and this is very conspiracy theory-ish, I almost wonder if the parliament or the lawmakers over in Britain are like, you know, my pockets are a little light. Why don't we introduce a bill that will bring on some lobbying?
Yeah.
And then maybe I could pad these pockets a little bit.
First thing that popped in my head.
Yeah.
But nobody came a lobbying.
Yet.
Right, yet.
And
Now,
King Charles is said to be very much in support of this.
And here's the other side. Is it a bad thing? I mean, you're literally taking away something that is killing people.
Yeah.
So, is it terrible? I don't know. Is this the only way to get people to stop killing themselves?
Yeah.
And could you see the snowball effect of, oh, we're a smokeless society. Oh, look, our population's getting healthier. Oh, look, we don't have to spend the money on people with lung problems or breathing problems or every other thing that comes from smoking.
It's interesting. Like, we're busy over here legalizing marijuana recreationally across the nation, and they're busy banning tobacco.
Tobacco, right.
Yeah. All right. Those are your three things.
All right. So just a moment ago, Kelly had a story about Britain signing a law that if your birthday is in 2009 or later, you will not be able to buy tobacco products. They're just completely banning it. Kind of dipped our toe in the conspiracy theory pond about, are they doing this for actual health reasons or more for money reasons? Well, here's another one. I know all of us are keeping an eye on what's going on overseas and the military operation over there in Iran. And now there is a company called Carix, which is coming up and saying, hey, just so you know, this is affecting us too. This whole thing spreads wider than just the gas pumps, which I know a lot of us are personally keeping an eye on. But here's another one. If you're buying condoms, you might want to care about the war in Iran, because Carix is one of the biggest players in the condom industry. They produce 1 out of every 5 condoms worldwide. That's a lot. 5 billion condoms a year. They make them for Durex, One Condoms, Carex. And here's the thing. They are raising prices by 30%, which is a big jump if you are frequently out there picking up the condoms because of increased cost and supply chain distribution caused by the Iran war. Condom prices are going to hike and take place in the next few weeks to a couple months. And the reason is, the company says there's a shortage of oil-derived chemicals and higher raw material prices through the supply chain, pushing up the cost of condom wrappers and lubricants. So the CEO says there could be further price adjustments down the road as well. So if you're out there buying your condoms, just know, start budgeting a little bit more depending on how often you have to buy them and how often you're using them. But here's the other thing. Dipping our toe in the conspiracy theory pond again. Because he said that he's not worried about the company and higher prices and people not buying condoms. In fact, they might even see an uptick in sales even with higher prices. And that is because he said in bad times and uncertain financial times, people use more condoms because they're uncertain of the future and they don't want to, have kids right now because of the cost of everything, and you're not sure if you can do it. So a 99.1% way of not having children is to go out and buy condoms. So they're going to be making their money anyways. So are they price gouging? Knowing then the mentality of a lot of people now is, I don't want to start a family or I don't want to have more kids, so we're going to go out and buy condoms.
Can you get free condoms still at the health department?
Oh, I don't know. That's a valid question.
I mean, there's an option if you can't afford it. But I did find some bulk condoms for you. A case of 72 Trustex Cola flavored for $80.
Cola flavored?
Yeah.
Flavored condom?
I guess.
Oh, yeah.
They have cola flavor, grape flavor, banana.
Why?
Gross. Who wants a banana flavored condom?
Well, because you don't always want to put your mouth on it, Vic.
Chocolate, mint.
It's pretty simple.
Vanilla,
what do you mean, why?
Strawberry, all kinds of flavors.
Also, I don't know if you've ever put one in your mouth, but it's not chocolate flavored. I can tell you that. Doesn't taste like banana. So if you can have that and banana.
Yeah, it doesn't affect me, man.
Okay. Well, you were asking.
Well, I just never mind.
Vic, to be fair, I didn't know either. That's the first I'm learning of a cola-flavored condom.
Well, I just didn't understand condoms for that. I didn't.
Yeah.
Makes no sense to me.
There's, hey, sometimes.
Everybody's got their thing.
Sometimes you gotta.
Okay.
Sometimes you come out and you're like, wait, what is that? What's that?
Yeah.
What is that? No, hold on. That's not coming. That's not coming off. We're gonna have to cover that up. Go grab the cola flavored.
Oh my god!
Can I say?
I'm not saying from personal experience. I'm just saying.
Oh no! Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I hear you.
It's like a scratch and sniff.
I get you. I get it.
No, not doing that.
Just didn't know.
What were you gonna say, Kelly?
Well, I can't remember now.
She's right there with me.
Nothing else? Okay. All right, time to visit one of our favorite websites called FessHole, where people jump online and anonymously admit things they've done, and you can do the same. 800-821-9970. We'd love to hear your confession. We'll keep it completely anonymous. Like this person who admits, I haven't changed my bed sheets since November of 2024. The dogs don't seem to mind.
Oh my gosh.
Come on. I'm not saying that there hasn't been the occasional delay in like, oh, damn, we got to change the bed sheets. But 2024?
It feels like some type of health code violation.
A little bit. There's got to be growth.
Yes.
Gotta be.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to get a microscope on that situation.
Oh,
a black light.
Oh. They're still swimming.
Oh.
This person admits, was going to fix the noisy exhaust on my wife's car, but given it just woke me up from a nap and gave me time to look busy when she came home, I'm not going to bother right now. You always have that warning. We now have it where when I park my car and I walk to the passenger side to get like my backpack or my breakfast dish or whatever, I can hear Birdie barking at the door waiting for me because she can hear my car pull up now. So she knows.
Yeah.
This person admits at meetings that I think are a waste of time, I retaliate by reviewing meeting protocol out loud and then insist we go over the minutes from old meetings, taking up most of the time. How many times have you left a meeting and you've been like, that could have been a 2-sentence email?
Yeah.
Like we did.
No, I would have been mad if it was an email. Like this didn't need to happen.
This didn't even need to happen at all. Right. This person admits, I'm a funeral director by day and a shibari by night, which is a Japanese rope bondage expert. Worlds collided a few years ago when a customer asked if her deceased submissive husband could be buried in bondage. The hubby now sleeps in eternal rope, gag, and chastity cage. She got the key and wore it to the funeral.
Oh, wow.
I mean, to each their own.
Yeah.
That's what you're into. This person admits, in college, I went into random empty classrooms and wrote class canceled on the blackboards. Not all heroes wear capes.
Is his name Bart Simpson?
Right. This person says, I found a Christmas card tucked into the bookshelf. It was for our 10-year-old daughter from the wife's aunt. I pocketed the $10 and ditched the card.
Oh, man. Oh, you really could have made your daughter's day, but instead you took $10 you didn't need and put it in your pocket.
Well, first of all, you don't know if they needed it or not. And second of all, you didn't ruin her day because she'll never know.
What about the aunt who never got a thank you card or a phone call?
Well, you can think that, hey, Missy says thank you. She's out playing with the kids, right, with the neighbors.
But call your pocket Missy?
Yeah.
And then at the family reunion, the aunt's like, so what'd you spend the $10 on, huh?
What $10?
Dad!
I'm not going to say that there hasn't been a birthday card for a boy that one of the boys that showed up, and then the money...
Goose, don't say this over the air.
...was used, and then it's like, oh, yeah, Aunt Rebecca's cash app you. I'm going to cash app you the money now.
Oh.
You give it to him, just maybe like a day or two later.
Or a year.
This person admits, if you've called me when I'm working from home, there's a 98% chance I've been plucking out genital hair during our very professional conversation.
Why? Oh.
Okay. I'm not saying that people haven't been doing other things on Zoom meetings with the camera off. For sure, 100%. My question is, why are you plucking genital hair? I don't understand. That is not something I've participated in.
Never.
What's the trichotillomania, where they pull, like, that's a...
Oh, the eyebrow thing? Yeah, where they pluck the eyebrows?
Hair. Yeah.
You just do it on your genitals?
Hair, yeah.
Seems like a weird place.
Wait, was this a man or a woman?
Doesn't say.
Ah.
Yeah. And finally, this person admits, I was a development team leader, delivered a big project, and was given a large amount of money to take development team out for a fancy meal. Instead, I took our whole department, support staff and all, to the corner dive bar and ran up a huge tab. Next day, over 20 people called in sick. Proudest moment of my career. I got the whole team drunk. I mean, come on. What's wrong with that? FessHole, you want to confess something? 800-821-9970. All right, so things tend to change names sometimes, whether it be a completely different product or something that just kind of changes throughout its cycle. But a lot of times when you're caught in something you grew up with, it's just what you know it as. Like the other day, I said tinfoil, and it hasn't been tinfoil in a very, very long time. It's an aluminum foil now, I believe. Okay. At least that's what the packaging says.
Yeah.
And so I want to know, when's the last time you said something old? And it maybe not even a product. Maybe it's just like I had someone respond and they said, hey, go ahead and film this.
Yeah.
Well, film doesn't exist anymore.
True.
That's similar to mine.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I say it all the time. Check the tape. Go to the tape.
Right. Yes.
There's no tape. There's a hard drive.
Right. Yeah. It's absolutely all digital now. 800-821-9970. Yeah, that would be the perfect example of. Yeah, nobody tapes anything anymore.
I say check the tape.
Doesn't exist.
Nope.
Kelly, can you think of something that you referred to old-timey?
Port Columbus. I never renamed it in my brain to John Glenn Columbus International Airport. I just call it Port Columbus.
Oh, it used to be Port Columbus Airport.
Well,
okay.
Isn't it technically recently. It still is, right? It's a port, and it's in Columbus.
That's right.
Yeah, that is true.
That's funny, Kelly. I didn't even think about it.
Let's see. Who else here? Oh, someone said, check the TV guide.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there
is a guide on the actual TV.
On the TV, right. Yeah, exactly.
They don't sell that anymore?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No.
Is that still a magazine thing at the rack at the grocery store?
I don't know.
Not in its old form, anyway.
Right. Maybe it's just articles, but they're not listing the shows anymore. I remember flipping through and reading like the little descriptions of the episode that was coming.
Yeah.
All the time.
I still love Lost Boys. Grandpa, you got a TV guide. You don't have a TV. If you got a TV guide, you don't need a TV.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Emily texted in, said, I said pocketbook yesterday.
Pocketbook. Oh, my great-grandma used to call her couch a Davenport.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes. Mine too. Man. My grandma.
Blitz, hi. Who's this?
This is Amber.
Hi, Amber. What old-timey word do you still use to describe something?
It's not really a word, but like the way you like pretend like you're picking up a phone with your hand.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The old thumb and pinky.
Yeah.
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 My kids will like just hold their hand out like with their palm, like they have a smartphone.
Absolutely. That's all they know is a flat surface. They don't know the curled hand thing with the thumb and the pinky. Right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. I love it. Thank you so much for the call.
Speaking of phones, you don't hang up a phone anymore.
Yeah, are you going to hang up?
Hang up. Hang it on what?
Yeah, what do you say?
Hit the button. I don't hang
I'm
it
not
up.
hanging up on you. I'm what? I'm disconnecting you?
Disconnecting.
Yeah, that's what it's got to be. Blitz, hi, who's this?
Israel.
Hey, Israel, what old-timey word or description do you still use?
I don't say it, but my mom does, and it drives me crazy.
Okay.
Pocketbook instead of purse.
Uh-huh.
Billfold instead of wallet.
A billfold.
Yeah.
Deodorant.
And what's the other one?
Underarm deodorant instead of just deodorant.
Instead of just your underarm deodorant. What was I wondered? What was the other deodorant they used to have that you would put in other places as opposed to calling it underarm deodorant?
Exactly.
I don't know of anything that they used to sell. All right. Well, I appreciate the call, man. Thank you so much.
It's just unnecessary verbiage.
Right. Yeah. Extra words.
Sarah says odd lots. Yeah, that's true. I call it odd lots, too.
What's odd lots?
It's big lots.
Big lots.
Used to be called odd lots.
Really?
Yeah.
I've only known big lots. Interesting. Blitz, hi. Who's this?
This is Rocco.
Hey, Rocco. What old word do you still use?
Roll down the window.
Yeah,
roll down the window.
Absolutely.
Everybody does.
I don't. Yeah. What else would you say? Put the window down. I guess would be the only other thing you could say. But yeah,
even a police officer would tell you roll down your
window. Right. You're 100% correct. I love that one. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Kyle says the remote will always be the clicker.
The clicker.
Oh,
Give me the clicker.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever used the clicker before.
I call it the thing. Can you hand me the thing?
Hand me the thing. Right over there. 6584 says, person I know says, getting your ears lowered when you get a haircut.
Oh, yeah.
Used to be getting your ears lowered.
Yeah.
Never
get your
heard
ears
that
lowered.
one either.
It's something my grandpa might say.
Yeah, had no idea. Cameron says, I call it Wally World. Are you talking about Walmart? I would have to assume. That's the only thing I know as Wally World.
Wally World, like Disney World, like the vacation.
Vacation, they went to Wally World.
They went to Wally World.
Right.
Yeah. It's like Disney World, but Wally World or Walmart. Okay. Jenny says, my grandma calls the bathroom the lavatory.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then the washroom. But that's like more like English. Isn't that like Britain? The washroom?
The loo?
The loo. Oh, that's
the
right.
loo.
The loo. Let's see. Jeff says ink pen.
Ink pen.
Instead of just calling it a pen,
okay.
Call it an ink pen.
And now, all right, I'm listening. The 3 things you need to know before you go.
Jury selection resumes today in the retrial of former Franklin County Deputy Jason Meade, charged in the 2020 shooting death of Casey Goodson Jr. The first trial ended in a mistrial when the jury could not reach a verdict. Opening statements are expected this week. A fertility clinic responsible for a Florida couple having the wrong baby 2 years ago has identified the girl's biological parents. Now, the couple, Tiffany Score and Stephen Mills, are white, but Tiffany wound up giving birth 2 years ago to a child of a different race after an IVF treatment at the Fertility Center of Orlando. So what to do now? You have a child you gave birth to that is not your biological child. It's somebody else's biological child.
Oh, man.
The couple says they are trying to navigate what is very difficult terrain. They say they love their daughter. They have since she was born, but believe that, quote, she should legally and morally be united with her genetic parents. Can you imagine?
What do you do?
And for the child as well. Like 2 years of bonding and care and then being given over to strangers, but they are biologically
their parents.
And furthermore, this couple says they have no idea what the clinic did with the 3 viable embryos they created with their own egg and sperm.
Yeah,
they're unaccounted for.
Is this a chain reaction?
Yeah.
Is there another family that has their child,
right.
and then that family has someone else's child? And
I guess you would only ever know if it was a different race situation, because if they had given birth to a white child, they probably wouldn't have questioned.
Yeah, or the other thing, too, is, and I only bring this up because I just recently had the Jason Bateman, Jennifer Aniston movie, The Switch, on in the background, where it dealt with artificial insemination, and then he ends up meeting the child, like, when the child is, like, 9, and he can see all his characteristics in the child.
Baby.
Yeah. So, I mean, it would be, if you were to do a study on my family, it would be very obvious that my brother was adopted. So there are certain personality traits that, come along with that.
But maybe that wouldn't come along until later.
Until later in life, right. So that's even more of a problem.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what I can't imagine.
No idea.
Giving up a child I had given birth to and no.
Right, they carried the child and everything.
I wouldn't have even pursued it. I honestly, what am I going to do? This is my baby now.
Yeah.
This is one of those situations. This is where the term FUBAR comes from.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then do the biological parents have a legal argument?
Sure they do.
Obviously.
Right. Right.
So.
A prolific sperm donor who claims to have fathered 180 children around the world will not be able to have his name on one of his kids' birth certificates. It's the 3rd time this guy's tried something like this. His name's Robert Alban. He's from the U.S., but he lives in the U.K. He calls himself Joe Donor. And he advertises on Facebook and Instagram. We've talked about him on here.
Right.
Before. Advertises on Facebook and Instagram, offers sperm donation in several unlicensed ways. He did donate some sperm to a lesbian couple, and the woman gave birth to the baby, and then ended up on the birth certificate putting her partner as the father. Well, he didn't like that. I don't even know how he found out. But he didn't like it. It was like, no, I'm the father. So he petitioned the judge. The judge said, absolutely not. The more interesting part of the story is that what the couple paid him for his sperm, $100 in cash and a $150 Amazon gift card.
Okay.
What?
If that isn't some black market sperm.
Very crazy.
I think they've probably had that from Christmas and say, hey, we give you this too.
We'll throw that in as well. Exactly. But he accepted it. I guess you can negotiate payment.
I only donate sperm the old natural way.
Yeah.
I mean, an Amazon gift card's as good as money. Let's be honest. You get what you need.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
What's the average price for like $10,000
unit? IVF is very expensive.
But for just the sperm alone, you have to pay that, not for the treatment.
Well, I think per treatment, from what I remember, it was like $10,000 to go in. So, I mean, I guess if you're just wanting some sperm, $300 or $250
Facebook Marketplace.
Wow.
Oh boy! All right, those are your 3 things.
Carrie, that's a very valid question. Prolific sperm donor. Where's the T-shirt at? Yeah, I could totally. That's up there with FBI, female body inspector.
Right.
You were talking about the cost of IVF treatment.
Yeah,
$12,000 to $25,000 per cycle.
Yeah, that's crazy expensive. So if you can get it for $250 or $100 cash and $150,
Joe Donor will give you a bag of sperm and a turkey baster.
A bag of
$100 cash, $150.
Oh, could you imagine someone walking up with a Kroger bag and it fills like a water balloon? There you go. Put it down on the counter.
God.
A bag of sperm. Who says a bag of sperm? Man. It's just like a sandwich Ziploc baggie. Make sure that's double sealed. Make sure you see that green and blue connect, because if not, you're going to have a real mess on your hands.
It's double bagged.
Like I did earlier.
Ew.
Make sure it's double bagged. What?
That's what he said. Make sure you seal it tight, otherwise you're going to have a mess on your hands. Yes. Like I did earlier.
I got it.
Okay. How do you think he got in the bag? He just flicked his hand. Here, catch.
Nobody's paying for that.
It's $250. You get what you pay for. What do you want?
I'm a firm believer in that. You get what you pay for.
I'm done here.
Oh, you're done?
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Oh, thick, something to keep an eye out for. Cocaine fish. It's a thing. Now, granted, you don't necessarily have to worry about it here. But if you ever take a fishing trip over to Sweden, just know Swedish researchers have found cocaine traces in rivers and lakes that have accumulated in salmon brains. It's actually disrupting their behavior. They're actually seeing a change in the fish and the way they behave because of the cocaine that is accumulating in their brains.
I don't know, that bass I caught last Friday, man. He kept jerking left and right. He kept shaking his head a lot.
Yeah, it might be a cocaine fish.
I think that was a meth fish.
Is that a meth fish?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did he have the fetty He's just like out of the...
the fetty
So, scientists have decided to see what's going on with the fish. So they actually exposed salmon to environmental levels of cocaine and its main breakdown product, benzoglycine. That's the name.
That's it.
Yep. The drug-exposed fish... Now, here's the thing. This is one of those research projects where you're like, yeah, what did you expect?
Right.
We know what cocaine does. So they found that the drug-exposed fish swam significantly farther than the other fish. You don't say.
What?
The salmon you gave cocaine to were able to swim farther with a bit more energy than the other fish.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
Crazy. They also found that the fish dispersed more widely. Oh, you mean they kind of wandered off on their own and did their own thing? Really? You don't say.
They weren't hanging out with the regular crowd?
You don't say. They also found that fish exposed to cocaine ate a bit more.
Well, that's different.
That is a little different.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times you don't want to eat, but it not only did it change how they ate, but what they ate. They were a bit more open-minded. They're like, yeah, I'm just going to shove this in my mouth. Really? You don't say. You kind of lost your inhibitions and don't care what you put in your mouth?
Yeah.
Really? Crazy. They also found out that their vulnerability to predators was higher. Really? You don't say. They got more friendly and started hanging out with people they shouldn't hang out with and then found out those predators ended up eating them? Really? You don't say. It's crazy. And then again, they found out that, yes, they swam much, much further.
To the tune of some techno.
Yeah. Oh. Them fish are just down there. It was crazy when they caught the salmon and it had 2 glow sticks in its fins. Come on, everybody, let's go swimming. Yeah, keep going. We got this. Anybody else sweating? It's really hot in here. No, just me? Am I talking loud? I don't feel like it. Anyone else feel the room spinning? Just me? No, the lake isn't moving? Just me? All right. That's cool. Anybody else want to go get some food? Hey, did I tell you about that time that my aunt decided to hit me with a fishing pole? I still think about it to this day.
How many times are they saying, I'm king of the world? I'm king of the world.
Hey, I really want to talk to you about fishing insurance. We should meet up later. Anyways, so watch out for the Swedish salmon cocaine fish in case you ever are out there swimming.
Not so breaking news. The news already broke. We're trying to put it back together.
Our first story takes us over to Washington State. I'm sorry, no, this is Cleveland. I got my stories mixed up. This is a Cleveland report where, have you ever been pulled over and used an excuse? Whether or not it's true or not. Have you used an excuse before? You know, speeding would be probably the most common one.
Yeah.
There's an emergency at home. My speedometer's broken. I don't know. There's a bunch of excuses you could come up with. And again, it's usually speeding when that happens. Excuses usually don't work if you've been drinking and driving. There's really not an excuse you can come up with that the police are going to be like, oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. Then enjoy your drinking and driving. They're not going to do that. Well, Cleveland police pulled over a woman on Interstate 77 because she was going 38 in a 60-mile-an-hour zone. Now, look, of course you can talk about speeding, and I am a firm believer, there are people around Columbus that absolutely should be pulled over for driving too slow or driving in the left-hand lane when you don't belong there.
See, I can see that happening if you're really high. Usually, if you're high, you're driving too slow.
A little slower,
if you're
yeah.
drinking, you're driving too fast.
Well, this woman was going 38 miles an hour in a 60-mile-an-hour zone, and of course, the police saw a bunch of people slamming on their brakes. They saw people approaching her too fast and having to swerve around her because they're expecting someone to be going at least 60 miles an hour. So they did pull this woman over, and according to the arresting officer, when they approached her car, she complained that other drivers were speeding. It's their fault. They were speeding, I was doing the right thing. And it's like, no, man, this is a 60-mile-an-hour zone, and you're going 22 miles an hour below the speed limit, which is just as dangerous as speeding.
Yeah, it's reckless driving.
If not more dangerous. Anyways, they did smell alcohol in her car and asked her to perform a field sobriety test, which she failed miserably. And then when finally she was under arrest, that gives them probable cause to go into the car. And sure enough, there she had a cup filled with some sort of alcoholic drink. She was promptly arrested, but she did try and explain herself as to why she was drinking and driving, and that is because she needed the alcohol to stay awake. She had been working many, many hours, and so the alcohol was going to keep her awake from dozing off behind the wheel. So she figured this was the safer option. Yeah, that's not the way that works.
Is that what ChatGPT said?
Probably. That would probably be some ChatGPT advice. Tell him you use it to stay awake. Yeah, so she's going to be tried, and she's going to have herself a DUI on her record. Jail time, I'm not sure, but yeah.
I would still love to know from a police officer that could text in. I want to know if I'm allowed to pass that person driving 20 miles an hour under the speed limit, even if there's a solid yellow line. What can I do?
Oh, a solid yellow line? Yeah. Probably not.
So I just got to deal with it.
Yeah, you just got to deal with it.
Sit there behind them. They're reckless driving.
That would be like suffer. That would be like saying, "Can I pass the semi truck because it's taking 90 minutes to go from 0 to 40, and you're stuck behind the semi truck? It's still illegal to pass." I saw someone pass on old Dublin Road, on the curve. I'm like, "What are you doing?"
Oh,
man?
Wow, really?
Yeah, they were trailing a work truck of some sort. And they decided to pass, and I'm like, you are not
That's where
smart.
It always happens, that I want to pass somebody. It always happens on Old Dublin.
Not smart. Story number 2 takes us over to Yellowstone Park, and this is straight out of a Disney movie. animals helping animals, because visitors at a Yellowstone National Park saw a coyote that walked right up to a wooden sign. And this coyote snatched the pole of the wooden sign and left.
What?
It took off with the sign. Here's the problem. That sign was there specifically to warn people about hungry grizzly bears and activity in the area. So I guarantee those animals got together. That grizzly bear talked to Coyote, said, "Hey, do me a solid, man. Go remove that sign so people will start walking through the area so I can get myself a little dinner. And I promise you, you may not know this, humans are delicious. So I'm going to leave you some that you can come get after I'm done."
Hey, boo-boo.
But the
coyote's got us going.
Only way it'll work is if you remove that sign so people don't know that there are hungry grizzly bears in the area. They did say that the Yellowstone workers were able to replace said sign to warn visitors of the hungry grizzly bears. And then the coyote was seen going, "Really? Did all this work for nothing? Come on." That's your Not So Breaking News, 997 The Blitz. All right, time for Blitz Therapy, brought to you by Tri-State Men's Health. Today we got a email from Luke, who says, "I've had some ongoing problems with my sons. They don't like they don't like it when I'm in their room, so they lock the door. They actually told me that I need to knock. It's my house. I can go where I want, when I want. I'm to the point where I might take the doors off their bedroom. My dad would do it to us when I was growing up and straighten us out. Is this too extreme?" Luke, very straight to the point, Luke. I appreciate it. And if you want to help Luke out, 800-821-9970. And I don't know exactly who wouldn't be on Luke's side in this one. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, take the doors off. Pretty simple. I don't know what else to tell you.
Wow.
Yes, it's your house.
That's a different one. I've never heard of that before.
Taking the doors off?
Yeah, of your kid's room.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. They're locking the door on you?
Well, that shouldn't happen. I would remove a lock. Or even the whole door handle. But I want them to have a place to, change clothes in private.
Then don't be a little bitch.
Well, I agree with that.
Stop acting up.
Right.
Then you have a place to change in private. If not, we're going to see you in your skid mark tighty whities, you little bastard. That's what you get. Stop acting that way. It's pretty simple. Yeah, I don't even understand what the question is here, really. I don't know what else to say. I consider myself very lucky. Both boys, angels. Couple school issues, get your schoolwork done, but nothing that's going on in the bedroom that I have to worry about. So, no kind of misbehavior. I don't smell anything coming from underneath the door. There's no problems.
569 West says, take off the doors or have them pay rent.
Yeah, I guess if they want to pay rent for their room, great.
Okay, I might be annoyed because I'm not a parent, so I don't know that type of aggravation in dealing with preteens or whatever who are misbehaving, etc. But I feel like it is common courtesy to knock on a closed door, and I think you could extend that to your kids.
I absolutely agree. I have never entered the boys' room without knocking first. But again, even if there was a hold on, I would assume that, changing or whatever. That's fine.
Go sneak in there when they're not at home.
Right.
Find out what's going on.
I mean, I know that, Nora still puts clothes away and, it does things, it does cleaning and things like that. So we see things, she sees things in the room and there's nothing going on that makes us question anything.
Yeah, I mean, you're in charge of their safety, so I can see needing access to the room, but extending some courtesy.
Courtesy, absolutely.
I think is nice.
I think most parents would agree, without a doubt. But if they give you a reason not to trust what's going on behind closed doors, that's a whole other story.
I see that.
Blitz, hi, who's this?
This is Deanna.
Hi, Deanna. You want to help Luke out here? What do you think?
Oh, sorry. I need to turn down my radio. Go ahead and say it again. I'm sorry.
I said, are you calling to help Luke out here for our Blitz therapy?
Yeah, sure.
What do you got for him? Have you taken the doors off your kids' doors before, their bedroom doors?
Oh, yes. I have 2 kids. They're 13 and 19 now, and I have taken everything except the bed and the bed frame, pillows and blankets, and a change of clothes out of their bedrooms because they want to slam doors or stomp up the stairs. So I'm with you, dude. Like, if
not worried, but I understand what you're saying. I understand your description.
If they're going to be little jerks, we had to dump.
But if it's going to act like turds, then you can only soft parent with soft kids.
Right. And oh man, if there was a slamming door attitude, those doors would come off so fast. They would come off so fast.
It eats me alive.
You get one door slam. If I understand you're frustrated about something, I am adult enough to understand emotions. You get one door slam. And then after that, that ain't happening anymore. I appreciate the call. Thank you so much.
All right, Terrence texted in and said if he wants to have children's services called on him, go ahead and take the doors off. They have to have a room for privacy, so they had it happen to a friend. So children's services came because they took the doors off.
Oh, I bet the kid called children's services too.
Probably.
I tried that one time on my mom. That failed. Failed miserably.
Okay.
In fact, let me rephrase. I threatened to call, and I picked up the phone, and my mom said, "Go ahead. You will be dead before they get here."
Okay. She was not messing around.
She was not messing around that time. Blitz, hi. Who's this?
Tommy, how's it going?
Good, Tommy. You want to help Luke out here? Would you take doors off?
Yeah, 100%. You slamming a door, giving attitude, that door is a privilege. That is not something you get.
Not according to children's services.
I don't know. That's what Terrence texted. So
I find that very difficult to believe.
It's our door, isn't it?
Yes,
isn't it
exactly.
Right,
exactly. I can do what I want. Yeah. I don't know.
Either that door or it's going to be something else that's going to be like taking the cell phone away. God forbid that happens, right?
Right. Oh, for sure. Absolutely. But I would start with the cell phone, and then it's moving on to the into the door for sure. But I guess it depends on.
It's slammed.
Yeah, it depends on what the grievance was. If it's door slamming, I'm not taking the cell phone, but I'm definitely taking the door. If it's something else,
no, I don't. And if they're going to raise a lip or anything, definitely.
Yeah, I appreciate the call, man. Thank you so much.
Okay, so D texted in and said children's services is perfectly fine with a non-hard door. A curtain is fine as long as they have a place, where they can't be seen if they need to change or something. But it doesn't have to be a door.
Yeah, see, that's exactly it. I would tell them to go to the bathroom to change.
But if it's just a curtain, then you could. Yeah, there's nothing stopping you from going in.
I find it very hard to believe CPS is going to take children away or put you in jail because you took the door off their room because they were being a-holes.
Right.
If you explain to CPS what was going on, in fact, they want to call CPS. I'm going to call the police. Fine. You want to act like that in my house? Fine. I'll call the police. Be that way. 800-821-9970 if you want to help Luke out. Blitz, hi. Who's this?
That really irked me. So I had to look it up. No, the child doesn't have to have a door on their room because, I agree 100%. That door's coming off.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just so everyone knows, children's services does not require a door to be on their room. You know what I mean? They can't do that.
I'm going to put up a sheet of cellophane. Here you go.
Oh, for sure.
Here's your coverage. Here's your privacy.
Yeah,
knock yourself out.
For sure. I'm not dealing with that attitude.
Right.
No way.
Exactly. I appreciate the call, man. Thank you so much. I read stories like this, and this is one of those moments where I'm so thankful that the boys are who they are. Because
we were lucky too.
I see I was just watching there was some advertisement on Hulu or something in between one of the shows, and it was for Super Nanny, and the dad or the kid was just going, and I'm like, oh, I can't even, the stress you have to go through if, whether or not bad parenting or nature versus nurture, there's a million different reasons, but I'm just I'm so thankful. Anyways, if you want to help Luke out, 800-821-9970.
What text? I'm going to take off the door and replace it with those old 70s bead curtains.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I would constantly just walk in and out of that room just to piss them off and annoy them. So bad. Oops, I forgot something. Oops, I got to leave. No, I got to come back in. Oops, I dropped my pen. Sorry. 997 The Blitz.
And now,
all right, I'm
The 3 things you need to know before you go.
Columbus is getting a National Women's Soccer League franchise. Commissioner Jessica Berman confirmed the expansion team, which will be owned by the Haslam Sports Group and Nationwide Insurance. The team will play at Scott's Miracle Grow Field. The announcement came a day after Columbus City Council approved funding and the McCoy Park site on the south side for a training facility. The Haslam Group reportedly paid a record franchise fee of over $200 million. California typically sees just one fatal rattlesnake bite per year, but they've already had 3 in 2026. The latest, a 78-year-old Northern California woman who was walking on her property earlier this month and was bitten 3 times by a rattlesnake. She died 2 days later. So why all the rattlesnake issues this year? Experts say an odd swing of heavy rain followed by heat has brought rattlesnakes out earlier and in greater numbers, just as more people head outdoors. California logged 77 rattlesnake bite calls in the first 3 months of this year.
I'd be so mad. God, I'd be so mad.
Right?
I just, sometimes I get so annoyed by, ticks or stink bugs. It's not a rattlesnake.
It's not a rattlesnake.
No.
There have been a couple times when I would golf when I was in Colorado, and if you head south to Colorado Springs and you're getting towards Pueblo or closer to New Mexico, and they have got some, desert-esque areas, so if you miss-hit your ball, you're kind of in the rock, gravel, and they've had signs before. And so you're walking with that golf club at the ready.
Don't you just let it go? Take a 1-stroke penalty.
And not really, no.
No?
Yeah, those strokes really add up, so you really want to find your ball.
If you take your club and smack the snake, do they make you take a stroke?
I don't think so.
I wouldn't imagine.
So. Yeah. But yeah, it's that's the one point where I'm like, an extra stroke, a rattlesnake bite. I'm like, okay, I'll weigh those up.
Really?
Yeah. Any other time, I'd be pissed. But, if we're talking, making a par versus a double bogey, I might take a little snap
bite.
to the ankle.
Well, Netflix's newest docuseries, Hulk Hogan, Real American, dropped at midnight, covers the wrestling legend's life, career, family, and controversies. There are interviews with Hogan himself, his first wife, Linda, his son, Nick, his longtime manager, Jimmy Hart. The docuseries was filmed in 2025, just months before Hogan died of a heart attack in July. This is his final on-screen appearance and final interview of his life. The docuseries is 4 episodes. It covers his childhood, his falling out with Vince McMahon, health problems, steroid use, cheating scandal, divorce, a suicide attempt, extreme fentanyl use.
I didn't know all that.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Wow.
The doctor was saying he'd never seen someone be able to tolerate that much fentanyl.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. Wild. But if you're interested at all, you can see that on Netflix right now. And those are your 3 things.
All right, so according to this survey of 2,000 adults around America, they found that people have very strong opinions about water, which I found kind of shocking. 65% of people said they are picky when it comes to their water, and more than half claimed that they can tell what kind of water they're drinking without being told. Do you think you can do that?
Like what kind of water? No, I can usually tell if it's straight out of the tap. I can definitely tell if it's out of my tap or out of my filtered fridge water.
Okay.
There's a definite difference. But I couldn't, drink a bottle and tell you that's, whatever.
I wonder if I could even tell the filtered refrigerator versus the...
Try it. You'll see. I think it's pretty noticeable, actually.
Really?
There's a taste from the tap.
Okay.
That I don't get. But the one thing that none of that stuff will do is get rid of the stupid forever chemicals, the PFAs in them. Any of these people who know what they're drinking, take the water that they love, that they'll only drink, tell them go test it for forever chemicals. I guarantee it's got them.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's in our water system.
Yeah.
And they're forever. You can't filter them out.
Some say they can tell the type of water by the smell alone.
Oh, I can't smell. Unless I can, again, you go back to the tap. Sometimes, every once in a while, you get that chlorine.
I was going to say, the only
chlorine smell.
Only difference I can tell is if you're talking about well water or not. Then you're just drinking smelly eggs.
You've never, from the tap, noticed the chlorine?
I don't think so.
No?
Mm-mm.
Oh, man.
No. Nearly half people refuse to drink tap water. 37% of people said they'd rather stay thirsty than drink the kind of water they don't like, which again is so mind-boggling to me. Amanda texts in, says, my husband avoids water like the plague. He drinks only Mountain Dew and Mountain Dew Kickstart. Hasn't been sick since the age of 18, and he's 53 now. Okay. Charlene texts in and said, I'm a water snob. See, yeah, the people who like Aquafina over Dasani, or, oh, no, I won't drink this, or I won't. That is so mind-blowing to me.
What is the, I'm trying to remember, my son-in-law's got it. You buy the tubes of it, like they sell it at Target, and I can't remember what it's called, but it's really special. But you have to have this thing, it's almost like you have to have a Keurig kind of thing for it.
Really?
And you put the tube of water in it. I can't remember what the hell it's called.
It's a filter, or is it a flavor thing?
Oh, it's a thing of water.
Oh, it's a bottled water.
Yeah, but it's not a bottle. It's like aluminum or something, and you put it in this thing that you serve it cold from.
No idea what you're talking about. I'm not a water snob, so I don't know. Let's see. 0689 says, can 100% tell the difference between spring and purified water? Spring water all day. My husband only drinks Aquafina bottled water and bagged ice. He refuses other brands and tap water, says Jennifer. I can tell the difference between distilled, purified, and spring, says Dan. I'm not picking Dasani over, it needs to be renamed Das Nasty. All right. Brita. 8984, this is the Brita.
Yeah.
I don't know. If I want some water, I have some water. If we have bottled water in the house, which we buy the 40 packs of bottled water, I'm grabbing the bottled water instead of running a cup under the tap. But if we run out of the bottled water, then I grab a cup of tap water.
But whatever brand of bottled water I drink, I can't tell the difference from any of the others.
Yeah, I'm
spring water, whatever.
Now I want to do a taste test. Well, now I want to go buy a couple different types of bottled water and see if we can tell the difference.
Let's do it on Tuesday.
Okay, we can do that. I'm going to put a note in my phone right now. So yeah, if you're a water snob, you're not alone. 997 The Blitz.
Now, let's see if we can learn you something. Sit up and pay attention.
Yeah, time to learn you some stuff on a Wednesday morning, make you a little bit smarter than you were when you woke up today. Like, did you know Bill Weathers wrote Ain't No Sunshine? Great song. Yeah. Oh, man. When he was working at the factory making toilet seats for airplanes is when he actually wrote that song. And he intended to write more lyrics for the part where he repeats I know 26 times in the song. But other musicians told him to leave it. I mean, they said, no, it's kind of catchy. Okay. I mean, I definitely, whenever I sing the song, because it's on our golf playlist, I definitely make faces.
Oh, that is
what the hell? That is not Ain't No Sunshine.
Sorry.
I'm
trying again.
What?
Ain't no sunshine.
There we go.
There we go. But anytime this song plays and it gets to the I know, I get about halfway through and then I start making faces at Nora. Like, will it ever end faces? I know. Did you know that James Caan improvised when he said "bada bing" in The Godfather? He was just improvising.
Oh, really?
And then it became a catchphrase for mobsters in movies and in real life. They would say "bada bing" a lot.
That was the name of the club in Sopranos.
Sopranos, but the Bada Bing, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Did you know during Prohibition, the Pabst Brewing Company stayed alive by making a cheese called Pabst-It?
I would not ever eat anything called Pabst-It.
That doesn't sound good, does it?
No.
Not at all.
It sounds like something that you need from the dental hygiene department. Or not dental, but the hygiene area.
Kind of does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to wash it with Pabst-It.
Well, I'm going to wash the Pabst-It.
Or wash the Pabst-It, yeah. Did you know Mountain Dew was originally Scottish/Irish, actually Southern slang for moonshine, came from the Scottish-Irish words, and homemade whiskey, basically. It was referenced in an Irish folk song called The Rare Old Mountain Dew, which dates back to 1882. And that was intentional. The soft drink originally leaned into its hillbilly branding, and we're like, yeah,
oh wow,
drink your Mountain Dew. It's moonshine.
I know that Irish song called The Foggy Dew. I guess that doesn't have any relation.
No.
All right.
And finally, did you know there's only one incorporated town in the U.S. with a population of 1. Manawi, Nebraska. The woman who lives there is 91-year-old Elsie Ealer. She was born in 1934, and she is the population of 1.
Wow.
She is Manawi's mayor, bartender, cook, librarian, town secretary, clerk. She's everything.
And she's the customer of all of them.
She owns a little diner place that she's seen working in. She goes, yeah, I deal with the city's budget. It's not much, but I deal with it. It's basically, there's a video of it, and there's a bunch of like broken down farms and old buildings that are falling over, and her one freestanding little store/restaurant/bar, and she's the one.
Do people drop by when they're passing through?
They do, yeah.
She does business? Okay.
They used to have a city sign that said Manawi, and below it was 2.
Yeah.
But then her husband passed in 2010, and they changed it to 1.
She's been there 16 years since.
The one single person. She grew up there, and she just never left.
She's one of those people who can honestly say, this is my town.
Absolutely.
Because it is.
I wonder if that would be a retirement. I mean, she's 91. You know, is it going to get, like, absorbed by a neighboring area? Or
what does happen?
One person going to move there?
Can you buy the town?
Can you buy the town? That's a good question.
I think you can buy a town. I know places people have done that. Small little towns like that. I remember something being for sale in Ohio once. But
yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look into that. Anyways, learning you some stuff on a Wednesday morning. 99.7 The Blitz.